Welcome back to Today on Bay TV. I'm Henry Darby Cook and this is Gaynor Morgan, and we're now joined by Steve Flett.
And Steve is the man who holds my life together. Because you're a techie guy, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a full-fledged geek. Everything I do seems to be tech-orientated, so yeah, so very much.
And that's actually your business, isn't it? You
yes,
I support people with their computers. And...
Yeah, I trade under a name called I'm Stuck, which I thought would be a brilliant one when people typed it in Google, that they go, "Oh, help, Steve, I'm stuck," and it comes up really well, which is remarkable because that is not my business name.
Yeah.
I wanted to be called Home PC Support. But I had a phone call once and someone said, "Steve, can you help me? I'm stuck." And I was just about to buy the domain name. And, "Oh, wait, please, I think that might be available." And it was, and my heart was in my mouth. So I was like, yeah, bought it, and took the call.
And that wasn't me, although I'm probably his thickest customer, but there was...
No, you're good.
Now, the great thing I find about Steve is that he's always positive, always full of life, and actually you are quite profoundly disabled, aren't you?
Yeah.
I think if you were to turn your head to the camera,
Yeah.
You've got a little box on your head.
Yeah,
Can you see that, yeah?
Yeah.
And I think otherwise you couldn't really hear us, could you?
No. If this hearing aid doesn't work, unfortunately, nor do I. And I'm really grateful for the support from the local audiologist in Neath, Port Talbot. I bend his ear all the time.
You bend his ear, is
Yeah, it's a good pun, isn't it? But I've got him on email. He's probably the worst thing he should have done, because I'm like, this is not good. This is amazing technology where it changes sound into bone conduction, like hitting a tuning fork and hearing the sound vibrating through the bone. This hearing aid does both ears. And it's really remarkable software and tech that's in there.
Doesn't always work in my house with old stone walls, does it? I talk to you from one room to another.
Yeah. Well, hearing aids typically are poor with directional hearing. They're trying the best. But you should be sitting behind me, really, and I could hear you. If we were on a tandem bike, I'll be there to all the way.
But you can live with that.
Yeah.
And you're endlessly supportive, I find, of other people who have hearing problems or even general health issues.
I think this is... Well, my technology story started because of my own disability, if you call it that. One side of it, I don't mind being deaf because the world is a noisy place and I can just take it out. And then I'm lucky, because we're walking down the high street and it's noisy, it's bedlam, and I've got it nice and quiet. But I had to get really into my tech when I was working in a factory, and I had to apply for my own job again, and I'd never written anything out. So in 1996, I got one of the biggest computers you possibly could have. It was massive, just so that I could write and spell. I won't lie to you, my education was dreadful.
Well, it was affected because you couldn't hear?
Yeah, they didn't diagnose my deafness to the age of 10. So you can imagine
They just left you sitting in the class?
Yeah. I don't know what they would have labelled it on. At that time, it was called being backward. And then it got called a learning difficulty later. When I left school, I was told I had a learning difficulty.
You're a highly intelligent guy. It's sad, isn't it? That
Very
sort
much
of...
so, yeah.
Yeah, but I think everyone finds something they're good at. And I'm very lucky to find that computers are really easy for me. So I now use computers. I work with a lot of people with physical and learning difficulties. And we adjust the computers. I can see that you've got Apple Macs around here, and the Apple Macs are one of the best in a thing called accessibility, where you can adjust the computer around someone's physical or sensory needs, and absolutely amazing. You're seeing a lot of it now with the adverts where people are talking to a box and say, tell me what the weather is today. Mm-hmm. That is a big part of accessibility, and it's something that I had to learn a lot of to be useful for me. So that when I'm using my phones or stuff like that, and my dyslexia and reading and writing skills, of course, are not as high as they should be, the technology helps me out there with it.
Never held you back. Now, you're endlessly telling me about all these new things. You'd probably be fascinated. So Steve's brought in a few toys. Would you like to share them with Henry?
Yeah, I'm
be lost on me.
I'm going to show you this.
Right.
And nothing special.
Looks like a mouse.
It is a mouse.
Oh, well.
Yeah. But you notice I put a piece of paper in the one side. This is because when you're working with people with physical disabilities, they may claw the mouse and everything is now popping up on the screen. So when you're teaching people one-to-one support, you will slow things down. But if you can disable that mouse, that's how you do it. Just put a piece of paper in it. Now it's a single button mouse. And it helps when I'm working with people with cerebral palsy to get their touch right. And I could tell you another time about some of the wonderful stories of working with people with cerebral palsy and how we're getting some real fine colouring in pictures and them using the computers consistently. So
that's kind of like a life hack, isn't it? It's such a simple thing, but it's one of those things that so many people wouldn't think of doing.
Well, they get scared by technology because we're kind of left, get out the shop, you bought some new tech, get on with it. But there's no support after that. And that's what I love about my job, that I'm working with people and supporting. The one side of my job I don't like is when an elderly person has been scammed and I'm walking into the house and they're in a bad way. They're in absolutely dreadful state and there's no support. They ring up again thinking they're going to talk to their antivirus provider. They get scammed again. You know, one after the other, because as soon as they type in, how do you contact Norton? First 5 hits.
You don't have to be elderly to fall for that.
No, you don't, but it's...
it's cruel.
It's just one last thing. Their money isn't coming in. The pensions are never being replenished, and it's been stripped away. So that is it.
What else have you got there?
This is my favourite toy.
Looks like a torch.
Yeah, but it's a video camera.
Wow, okay.
This is one of my bugbears of GoPros and cameras and all that stuff, is that you want to get the camera out and start videoing. And there isn't much action. But if you hold your finger on there...
Right. Can we video ourselves being...
And then let go, you'll feel it vibrate.
Oh, yeah.
And as you let go now, that is recording.
Yeah.
You hold your finger on it again for a couple of seconds and now it's stopped recording.
OK. Your turn now.
Really neat kit.
And, of course, the phone.
Yeah, the phone is an asset to my business. An amazing bit of kit, especially how we're all getting into cloud storage and carrying our data with us. I'm doing my accounts on the move. I'm doing my invoices on the move.
On your bike sometimes.
Yeah. I use Bluetooth headphones, but Skull Candy ones, because I found that they've been the best for charging, holding up to 8 to 9 hours. And I'm taking work calls while I'm out on my bike. And then I pick up the phone and go, 1 sec, yeah, I can book you in. Then it's on my Apple computer. But the amazing thing about this phone and the latest, it's one of the best, cheapest in a way of 4K cameras. That ability to see things in a different light, like a snowflake in front of you, kind of effect. I can video. You could invite me to a wedding if you wish. I like cake.
You get married.
And I will sit there like I have people taking a picture and I go 1, 2, 3, 4 and I'm videoing consistently. And then I will edit it in the corner and I will email the person then and say, here's your wedding video.
It's amazing.
And they haven't even left the premises and they've got it.
What Steve's too modest to say is that he cycles for thousands upon thousands of miles a year to raise money for charity.
Yeah.
And you used to drink, we all drank, but you ditched all that and you into your cycling. And how much money have you raised, do you know?
Over 6,000 easily.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, and it's one of the... It's a charity, isn't it? Because a long time ago, in 2010, I started cycling for fun, Vietnam. And As you do, yeah. I saw Top Gear do it, and I thought, that looks really good. I'd love to do that. My wife, Tricia, booked it, and I went, right, we're going. And I went, yikes, I don't want to be the guy at the back. I've got to start training here. And so I got into training, and people followed me on it. And I started...
Followed you on the bike or on the...
No, sorry, on social media.
Yeah.
And I got into it, and everyone really enjoyed my journey as well as I did. And they said, are you doing it for fun or charity? I said, more stupidity, actually. And they said, well, what's next? And I worked out the distance of what I've cycled, and I said, well, I'll cycle Birmingham. But I cycled Birmingham on the main roads with traffic joining in. My heart was in my mouth.
Oh, no.
So yeah, very, very scary experience. But then the people on my social media, on Stephen Flett Cycling UK media, was actually pushing and going, why?
Yeah. An inspiration to us all, Steve, I think.
You are.
On your bike, yeah? Thank you so much for coming in. Now, after the break, I'm handing over to Chris Bynan and Tom Jenkins will be on the sofa. I'll be behind the camera.
We'll see you then.